We're in Hartford, and we are in the last few days of the shortest session of the legislature, and it's coming down to hundreds of bills to be dealt with, yay, nay, or just disappear. We've got Representative Bruce Morris of Norwalk, our guest here today, and Bruce, this has been quite a time already, and yet the last few days are really the crunch time where it either makes it or breaks it, doesn't it? Got a budget done, that's all well and good for some. But the bills that are out there still, what is of critical import to you? What are you interested in mostly?
Well, one of the things is we've done a 1-year delay on college remedial assistance. A year ago, we basically told the colleges, get rid of your remedial programs. Kids are wasting their money on Pell Grants. However, they weren't given the support and the money to do that. So we've gone back this year to put something into place to give them an extra year and give them the money. It amounts to about $2 million for Norwalk Community College.
Now, what schools are affected besides Norwalk Community College?
All of our community colleges and those within the college system.
So what does this mean? They will be able to assist the young people coming in to be more ready?
What it is, there's 3 different tiers for a student.
Okay.
There's those who needed embedded instruction, where they kind of get remedial work in your regular curriculum. There are those who need more intensive interventions. And then there are those who were left out altogether, which was a really big problem. Those are at the basic level. They've taken the test, they're really not ready. Yeah. So these kids were being X'd out altogether. They've got a high school diploma in their hands, Pell Grant, but nowhere to go. Or if they go, they're just not ready for college. The colleges weren't ready to deal with them. So we're basically telling colleges, you got to take these kids now, but you've got to deal with them at that basic level, but we're also giving you the money to help them.
To do that.
We're still debating, we're still a little bit in debate here, whether the kid gets to do it for more than 1 semester or not. Because we don't want them wasting their money.
Well, that was a lot of pressure, not only on the schools, but on the students and on the families of the students, and trying to work that out is obviously critically important.
This was a priority. I mean, it's connected to all of our efforts around education. I mean, we've done phenomenal things this year again with early childhood education. So it's about the entire continuum from preschool all the way through higher ed. So it's a bad thing if we got kids, you got your high school diploma, you want to go to college, we need you to go to college, we need you to be well skilled. However, 80% of our kids are not prepared for college when they enter.
That's amazing.
And they're different levels. So therefore, we needed to fix this to make certain that the colleges had the money, had the tools in order to help.
All right, now this kind of brings up the Common Core after all is said and done. Because if, as you're saying, so many kids are leaving school without really the qualifications to deal with college, we're clearly doing a lot wrong along the way.
Yeah, we need to improve. I mean, as a state, we've been doing a lot, but the move to Common Core and making certain that we've coordinated that well across the state. I mean, we have some districts, fortunately in Norwalk, we've done well with coordinating, getting ahead, but all districts are not in the same place with the implementation for Common Core.
So it has been much disputed, but it came out and it seemed to be getting a thumbs up by everybody when it was first talked about and passed and so forth. And then next thing you know, state by state, we found that there are real wrinkles in the way people see it being rolled out and how they're going to deal with it.
And I think part of that wrinkle, to be fair, David, is actually the dollar side of it. I mean, you can have a great idea, but unless you're willing to provide the dollars for that curriculum, you're willing to provide the dollars for the professional development that the teachers need, it's challenging. And the reality is we have placed a lot upon our schools, but we need to be moving quickly. So I take a look at, again, Norwalk bit the bullet. Our Board of Ed decided, listen, this is what we need to do. We need to move forward, and we have. I mean, there are some people that are complaining, the CVAC testing and all, that they're not ready. Well, that's because they just started within the last year. Right. So we started 3 years ahead.
This is not an instant fix.
No, it's not an instant fix. We're talking systemic change. You got to keep in mind that education reform bill that we did a couple years ago, that was major. We finally took what was conversation in back rooms and decided we're going to do something. And a governor did something. Someone may question how it got rolled out, but it's better than what we were doing in the past when we were doing nothing but just having conversations.
Well, and change does not come easy for most people. So it makes it very difficult along the way. On a practical standpoint and dealing with people and so forth, TASER legislation, also something that you've been interested in and so forth.
Yes, certainly. We have a few people who have died from being tasered under situations that are quite questionable. And the reality is all the usage of tasers, that data is kept within the police departments. So we've got a bill we're pretty confident it's going to come out of the Senate tonight, and we're going to get it done today. But basically we'll keep that data with the Office of Policy and Management, so we can track this and the policies around it. Because it's unconscionable that we have people who are dying in the back seats of cruisers.
So here we are, some more transparency being looked for, in this case from the law enforcement agencies and so forth, and we'll see what comes out of it going forward.
I would say that's one of the big things that came out of this legislature, in fact, transparency. You've got transparency with that, you've got transparency with our nursing homes. That was a big talker the other day. But you know what?
And electric providers, I mean, transparency is key. Hey, listen, I know you've got a lot of work to do. We thank you very much for taking some time out before you do have to dig into all that is still before you.
Yes.
And there is that midnight couple of days off that's looming large, like a beacon to be sought after.
Yeah, it's a matter of how much we spend around the clock between now and then. A lot of work. There's still a lot of work to be done.
I was going to say there's going to be a lot of time around the clock that you're going to deal with. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, David. Always good to be here.
Always great to see you. Representative Bruce Morris of Norwalk, one of those who will be spending those countless hours over the next several days trying to sort out, trying to make bills that come out of the House amenable to those in the Senate, and conversely dealing the other way around. So much work to be done, and it all comes down to the last few days. That's the way it is in Hartford. That's our Meet the Leaders for you. Get at least a little idea on what your legislators are dealing with. I'm David Smith. Thanks so much for being with us, and we will look for you next time.